Yeet!
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're going to look here at Davante Adams. He's coming off a nice performance, bringing in a pair of touchdowns. It's the Raiders and the Saints next on Madden NFL 23.
The first open back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Las Vegas Raiders and the New Orleans Saints. Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. CD, you look at the Raiders in this matchup. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situation where they can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football.
Marching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it on. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Now here come the Saints, about to begin their first possession, and the man in charge of this offense, his 8th season now in the NFL, former #1 pick, Jameis Winston. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it.
Expect him maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston will get this out to Kamara.
Even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And now a throw together and getting that first victory a week ago.
And one of the key numbers that I look at after every game, total yards allowed. They held him under 200 yards of total behind him and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Now yet. This is taken at the 18. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr.
What's the deal? I should have had a pretty good game.
First carry for the former Pro Bowler was folded like a lawn chair. 2nd down, Jacobs once more. And hit behind the line.
And scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And this officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Carr. Man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown Raiders. All-time list. And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this end. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to be. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's...
Winston now from the 50.
Get back to the huddle. They have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. A 2nd down pass.
7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Winston will find its tight end. It's out. And a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it.
At their 38. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 40.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into
Carr after the incomplete pass brings him up 2nd and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he is met in to throw his Carr. And a throw there.
the challenge.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will hit when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might.
10. They run it again with Kamara. And down he goes. Dwayne Washington, his first carry. And he is going to be... Winston on 3rd and 2. Go left side complete to Troutman.
Really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm to play ball. It's still open for the coordinator.
Now some movement before the snap.
Ball start.
And we'll hear from our referee. From the gun, Winston. Thomas brings it in. And he's going to have another.
It's everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play. And they just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Winston. And his throw is on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Winston. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself a 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time.
4th down and 2. The kick by Lutz is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So Charles, they are on the board you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Some more great football coming your way in prime time to wrap up the month of October, 8:15 Eastern. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Good with that. If you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The 26 big yards on that one. It's another 1st down.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1 for a big-time completion.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll go down here on it. Now Carr. His throw is over. Now Carr. And able to complete it to Moreau. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints.
You have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
Jacobs is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
They just wrapped up the run
Jacobs again. It goes as a lot
to their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfrow, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. They went empty.
People bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully.
Unit now as they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here comes Michael Thomas in the right side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, things up a little bit and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that. So
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
they run for the shotgun with Washington.
A good cover. If they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And they'll get him down.
Gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
First down, Winston. Over the middle, into the hands of Michael Thomas. He's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
Blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for
the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Bilal Nichols. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. The kick by Lutz is good. And it's still now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Yard line. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Good push up front.
They're able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
And he can only manage to get a...
Might have been open there, was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the...
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get this up. Throwing his car on 3rd down. And that is in.
After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards.
Every team now recognize the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better.
We had a couple days ago in the team meetings talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. Winston throw complete. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. That's complete to Troutman right side. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It'll be a Saints first down. And to the air again with Winston. To the right side and complete to White. They go play action. Winston. And this one. 3rd and short yardage. Winston. Now they go screen. It's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. In this one away. And that one just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if it happened. The penalty should have come.
Here's Carr to throw. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, good work in that first half. More from you guys in a minute. But first, let's get to some scores right here on the day before Halloween. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And it's the Dolphins who have the lead in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Tua Tagovailoa. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home in US Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Dalvin Cook with 2 touchdowns there. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. On now to a check on the next-gen stats in the first half for the Raiders. And this has been a strange game to figure out. Negligible numbers in rushing. In fact, they're not even in double digits yet, but they've got a halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Saints, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They were able to defeat Houston last week. They lead things here as well. On the ground, Jacobs will get the third quarter started. Credit to despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead in the third quarter. Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll manage to pick her. Here's 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Jacobs. Oh, able to avoid him. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And incomplete. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And down right around the
manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They need to make up some ground.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects them.
Well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll just take a seat halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going.
The huddle come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw, Winston. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Washington. Now a first down carry by Jones. And they'll get
allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job. The sidelines there, so you can only go so far outside. They were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they use your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the top, over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games?
And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide that.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is resulting in the touchdown. And there will not be a return.
And move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running
team. Come out of the backfield. It can turn into a big play with missed tackles where he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimum.
Yards. That's good for a Saints.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. The pass caught by Olave.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at their 48-yard.
Play action now. Winston toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
A 1st down throw for Winston. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? Chance, they were on him instantly.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Winston to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. The 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979.
And Winston lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. Taking it right down Broadway. Past the 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. No good. Just his 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. They forget about, at least to this point, Charles, and one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first. Helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play?
Now Winston. And he's got the hook up to Landry.
Your guy in double coverage could react.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Jameis now on 1st down. Olave holds it in. And this will be good for
any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screen.
That's good for a Saints.
Jameis to throw it. Escaping, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chandler Jones in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. And the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, Winston. Over the middle, complete. That's Thomas. And he's going to be taken.
Back on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
It's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Winston. Olave over the middle.
That's another Saints.
On 1st and goal, Washington. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
The tackle made at the
Yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. Full start as they try again on 2nd and goal. To throw is Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Washington. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Throwing, Winston. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Winston to throw for. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down, so we'll have to see what that's about.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed. If your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And not much to just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he is... The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first for 8 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. To throw his car. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for... He's on to punt it away. Landry, agile footwork. Field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the figure. May only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself, in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd.
On play action, Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Give that sack to the linebacker, Jayon Brown. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. Open man is Michael Tell. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Going right side here, and that's complete. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there? Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Winston to Thomas there for the Saints 1st down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
You have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field and completions to use the clock.
To the air again with Winston. To the right side and complete.
Can really generate big plays for an offense.
Winston. And he'll get it right back to Washington. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he can. First down now, but that clock rolling. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They had the touchdown they needed. But if I were the defensive side, with momentum and even more hope when they had to slog their way downfield. They got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And they're going to get the two-point recovery out of this. A touchdown and a two-point conversion to tie. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. A tough one there. They certainly will likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. A run with Jacobs there on first down, but he'll manage only a yard or two at best. Second down coming up. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Talk over what to do next. On third down, here comes Jacobs. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got half. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot.
Now, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the...
First and 10. First down, Winston. That one tipped. The incompletion, and now it's second and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Winston now. And this throw back-to-back incompletions. Here's Winston. And that's going to wind.
One last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Fourth down, Winston. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Las Vegas, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for New Orleans...
Yeet!